good, YouTube? It is your boy Ern once again, and this is also before I go. Something that I wanted to do before I go. So here we go. You already know. Another reaction video. Just me, watching another video. You watching another video with me. Let's go ahead and talk about it in the chat. Get ready for it. This one is a top 10 list. It is from a page called Top 10 Archive. Shout out to them. I'm going to put their video link in the description. And this is Top 10 Crooked Cops. I don't feel no type of way specifically about the cops. I mean, everybody fuck 12, but it's always fuck 12 till you got to dial 911. You know what I mean? But I'm the logical motherfucker who understands that. So I don't feel no type of way about the cops. Of course, there's some cops that do wrong shit for no reason, but that's people in general. So let's check out these crooked motherfuckers. I mean, in case you feel some type of way, this will fuel that, but in case you don't, it might, sway the other way. But either way it go, you gotta understand these are people. Everybody have bad days, everybody had good days. Just because of your particular position doesn't mean that you're above having emotions and having circumstance. Like you're no longer a victim of circumstance because you're a judge or because you're a lawyer, because you're a police officer, because you're a doctor. You can't joke around. You can't do this, that, and the third. You can't be mad as hell. You got to understand these things because things happen and things like this happen. So that's being said, let's go ahead and get into it. But before I say let's get into it, you already here. So, take that little second to hit the like. Maybe, shoot a comment in between here and there. Subscribe if you don't mind. We'll see each other again. And yeah, let it do it. Fucking me.
Top 10 Archive. We all know police officers exist to enforce laws that our government deemed best to keep us safe and orderly. They're here to keep everything going well. When we see them in uniform, we should feel great, like everything's working like it's supposed to. But that's far from the truth in a lot of instances. These days, we see a lot of discord about police behavior and misuse of authority, and it's always that much more shocking when we see it on camera. Whether they're beating civilians, arresting kids, or asking for hush money. It's truly disgusting to feel like you're a witness to things authority is capable of. In this video, we're going to highlight just 10 crooked cops caught on camera. But before we get started, why not become an archivist today by clicking that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you end up enjoying this video, let us know by giving it a thumbs up. And in the comments section, tell us of other instances of cops behaving badly that you know of.
We get there. We gonna get there.
Ads on YouTube must be so annoying.
Yeah,
but with 3 clicks, you can install an ad blocker and you'll never see ads again. Step 1. Go.
We'll be there one day. Don't even worry about it.
Number 10, just give me some money. This police officer in Johannesburg stopped a couple for allegedly drunk driving. The video doesn't start from the very beginning of the encounter, so it's hard to know everything. But we do see the man in the car set the leading question, which he must have known was going to get a bite. So, what choices do I have? What are my choices? Which is when the officer lays out that he could just pay 200 Rand, about $12 US, and even though he's drunk, he'll get off. But see, the man doesn't appear drunk at all. The Johannesburg officer seems to agree, too, after the couple notifies him that they've been recording the entire exchange and would just love to get his badge number.
You know what? You right. You don't seem drunk at all, my boy. I'm gonna let you know. You say the camera rolling? You know what? I'm tripping. I smelled beer, but it might have been another car passing by. I'm gonna let you go. Y'all go ahead and have a nice day. Don't even worry about it. Take care.
Oops.
So what happens if I say, can I get your badge number?
My badge number?
Yeah.
You want my badge number?
Yes.
I say, Fuck you, mean nigga.
Because you're now actually recording.
Okay, no
I
problem.
want to find your badge number
Oh, you want to
because you've just said that $200 will sort anything out.
Number 9. I'll just take this. This video is so wrong, it's almost funny. During a hearing, the man accused stands next to his lawyer in front of the judge, facing the music of whatever crime he's been accused of. Behind them, a police officer stands dangerously close to the defendant's table where all his paperwork lies. He seems to read over the papers, very interested. Then, suddenly, he grabs one of the pieces of evidence. The video cuts out and we see another officer take the paper away. What just happened? How is this anywhere in this man's job description? Of course, after being asked to hold a press conference and apologize, which he declined, he was held in jail for 10 days. Had it not been for the camera, this would probably just have been another day on the job.
Caught your goof ass. Like, what's going on, bro? You reading the paperwork and all that, but then you're like, you know what? Nah, this will get him off. It said right here that he had swiped their bank card across town. You know what I mean? Knew the code and all that. It had the vet. No, we gotta throw this away. Like, hold on, look at that, bro. You seen it? Oh, I ain't see that. Hell yeah, nah. That nigga gotta do another 5 years. Go ahead, keep his ass in that bit.
Number 8. Crooked cop versus a YouTuber. Leave it to a YouTuber to have a camera set up in his car. A cop pulls Chris Kelbaugh over at a DUI checkpoint and he starts asking the officer questions about whether or not he'll be detained. He shrugged off, the cops forcing him to get out of the car and watch as they use a canine unit to justify probable cause to search the vehicle. Even though it's a DUI checkpoint, they never actually try to see if he's consumed alcohol.
He looked like he gonna be on some bullshit just from looking at him. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know if it's his shirt just a little too loose or is it the vest? I don't see a badge over the vest. If it's the haircut or the lack of, I don't understand what it is, but it look like he gonna be extra as fuck. He looks mad. Before you look at his face, he gonna be mad. Like he got a reason to be.
Alcohol or ask any questions about it at all. These crooked cops seem very interested in finding something else. Lo and behold, as soon as they realize that Chris has a camera in the car catching the entire thing on video, the officers let him go. Chris wasn't about to keep quiet about it either, so he uploaded the video and this cop became one of America's most disliked people within a few days.
Pull over to the side right there.
Am I being detained or am
Pull
I free
over
to
to
go?
the side right there. Okay, step on out.
Am I,
Step out.
so I'm being detained?
Either pull over the other side.
Number 7. Exposed. Most of the time, crooked cops just misuse their authority to get benefits, whether those benefits are cash, credibility, or even power. Sometimes, though, cops are just bad people. This guy, for example, is a classic infiltrated weirdo. The thing about being a cop is whether you're in uniform or plain clothes, you have an image to uphold. You're an officer of the law, on duty and off. Officer Adam Fritz exposed himself to little girls who were, at that time, on their way to church.
Oh, he was literally exposing himself. I thought it just meant like expose yourself to be a fraud or a liar or some shit. Like, nah, he was pulling that wee wee out. You don't pull that wee wee out in front of these kids, cuz. You don't pull that wee wee out unless somebody want to see that wee wee, boy. Wee wee ain't with that shit.
He showed them his penis and asked for directions. Like, don't mind my penis, where's the nearest McDonald's?
Wee wee looking for Mickey D's, my boy. Where's that?
Officer Fritz was picked up and charged after being caught on surveillance tape. Number 6. Cop steals man's pay. This one makes me really angry. When you call the police saying there's a man in the area, the last thing you expect is for the officers...
Why would they use this picture? Why would they use this picture? Hey, bless whoever mom this is. Like, she took a fucking a straight shotgun of bear. Like, they got to be an ankle, an animal. What's going? Like, come on, God. You got to be tripping. Took it straight to the face. Look, her face. Her face is saturated. She's just out there like she under the water hose, bro. That's man. What? That's mace. That's animal mace. Straight to the noggin. Why would they use that? That's that's excessive, bro. You like, come on now. You like 6 inches from her.
who show up to then
Dickhead.
turn on you, pepper spray you, and steal your money. When the police showed up expecting to find an armed assailant but saw nothing, they proceeded to search the same people who had made the call. They put a man up against the fence, searched him, found money in his pocket, which later turned out to be $1,300, and you can catch the moment when the officer pockets the money. Everyone on the scene tells the cops that what he's doing is just wrong, but they just end up on his bad side. The worst part is, it seems that they never got resolution either.
What you mean?
Give me my shit, man. Give me my money, man. Don't give me my money.
He just stole his money. He just
Put
stole
your
his
fucking
money.
hands down.
Stole his money. He just stole his money. That's robbery.
Number 5, planting evidence. Number 5 is a classic bad cop you'd see in a movie. Luckily, surveillance cameras can still save the day. In this instance, an undercover cop visited a smoke shop, supposedly under instruction to plant evidence. He walks in with his hands inside his jacket pockets, looking pretty shady, in fact. He seems to ask the shop owner for something, and while the shop owner's eyes are averted, he walks over to the side of the register and drops a small bag of crack cocaine on the counter. That amount of crack could have put the shop owner away for up to 7 years. Thanks to CCTV footage, though, it's just showing how shady some police can be. The owner was arrested and in jail for 5 days before he could make bail. In the end, the police and DA refused to make a statement and even held on to the tapes for months before the defendant's lawyer was successful in obtaining them. Number 4.
Notice they didn't say whatever happened to the police officer. Did they? Either I'm getting paid or bro getting locked the fuck up. I mean, lock the fuck up. Like for real. I could did 7 years. You dropping crack for what? We gotta have a talk or some shit,
Speeding
bro. What the fuck
behind
you
me.
doing?
Do you know what's worse than a
What am I
cop who
doing?
hides on the side of the road to catch someone speeding? A cop who is speeding on the highway and then pulls you over for speeding behind him. It sounds crazy, but this crazy cop was going 85 miles per hour with no lights on. His leisurely speed was defiant, probably thinking no one would dare do anything about it. Our cameraman hero was not intimidated, even when he got pulled over by the squad car. He calls the cop out on blowing past him in 60-mile-per-hour traffic, going at least 85. The police, in that case, are as much a danger to the roads as he supposedly is for following them, and he's the one getting pulled over. The officer's partner, who steps in to talk to him, quickly realizes he's got a point, and though they
Hold on, so you saying they pulled him over from the front? I never thought that was possible. I felt like I felt damn near bulletproof behind a police officer. Like, what can you do? Like, okay, cool. Like you running the plates in front of you all that and the third. I'm behind you. Like we good. Like, wherever you going, I'm going. However you can make it, I can make it. Whatever speed you going, I'm making that speed too. We going until you veer off or I veer off. But while we together, we together. Like you are the shield. How did he get pulled over from the front?
don't admit it, they certainly get real quiet and evasive. Do you think this driver
Have you ever been pulled over from the front? Let me know. Holler at me in the chat. You know what I mean? In the comment section. Let's talk about that shit. I always thought you was damn near invincible behind a police officer. I still kind of
had
feel
a
that way.
point?
You were traveling at 79 miles an hour behind me there.
Sir, you were doing 85 miles an hour when you passed me. And apparently that's against the law too. So where do you get off pulling me over for speeding when you flew past a bunch of traffic in 60 miles an hour? No lights, no siren.
Number 3,
Holla.
Canadian cop. Now, I know we're all over the stereotype that Canadians are great people. They may be. Some are nice. They say sorry in that adorable way. But in every country, there's good people and bad people. In this case, good cops and bad cops. These two young American kids crossed the border for a weekend, probably to take advantage of the 19-year-old drinking age on the other side of the border, and got stopped by a shady cop in the process. He tells them that their radar detector is illegal in Canada. That could be true as far as they know, but the next thing he says is what makes it all the shadier. Since you're not from here, you'll have to pay me now or else you'll get detained. For some reason, after talking to the cop for a couple of minutes, he lets it go and tells them they're getting a big break. It's no wonder why they posted that video afterward.
Sonny K's on some fuck shit.
Number two.
Okay.
$600 fine for that.
Is it
I
really?
get to seize your car. I get to seize it. And since you're not from here, you have to pay me now, or else you get detained.
$600, huh? Oh, you trying to run it up real quick?
You kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Number two, cops don't have Ferrari money. There's getting caught red-handed, and then there's driving to work in the Ferrari you bought with dirty money. When you're a cop and a criminal, you gotta act smart, and this guy just didn't get the memo. This guy from Birmingham, England, was running a side business waiting for men outside of strip clubs to drive them to a brothel, where he then overcharged their credit cards for the services, skimming money from every transaction. As you'd guess, that cash added up quickly. Now, where could a crooked cop put his crooked money? Real estate? Stocks? No, he decided to buy a $250,000 Ferrari.
Prime example of why some folks don't need money. Like, you want money for what? You want to get a Ferrari? Like, it's what you're not gonna get there in a Honda? You gonna get there? Relax.
And then drive it to work. You know, his work, where a bunch of people catch criminals for a living. Not too smart there, buddy. Number one, my breathalyzer don't lie. This Utah officer is actually the only woman on our list. She's a Utah Highway Patrol officer who actually looks cheerful and eager in her work photos. She's approachable, young, but little did you know, she's not who you want pulling you over. For some reason, she started building a habit of pulling people over and arresting them for drunk driving. Sometimes she'd even carry out breathalyzer tests, which the suspects would pass, and she'd still arrest them. She tried the same tactic with accusations from DUIs, drugs, and even bogus speeding arrests. She did this so many times that the complaints were her downfall. People came together and began a class action lawsuit against her. In the end, it was found that she had done this to over 200 different people, and she was fired in 2012 for her actions.
Get her the fuck out of here. And I mean that shit. You can't have her on these streets.
A class action lawsuit ensued, but no criminal charges were ever filed against her.
Just us.
Thanks for watching. Before you go, please remember to subscribe, click the bell.
That was it. Another one. Wrapped up. Put a bow on that bit. You know what I mean? It was a good one. Very entertaining indeed. I might do another one along this vein. Of course, I like the clip shows. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Let's see. Go ahead and like if you do. Subscribe, comment, share, whatever, and what have you. You know what I mean? Do all the good stuff. But before I go, everybody's a person. Don't look at them like they have to be better than you or worse than you just because of the title. You know, they're the same as you, the same as me. Keep that in mind.